It's first against fourth, the 41st match of IPL 2019 on Tuesday. The Chennai Super Kings against Sunrisers Hyderabad. Of course, a replay of the final from 2018. And this was a match that was won by Hyderabad last time out. So it's their second meeting of the season, but this time taking place at the home of the Chennai Super Kings. And Chennai do have a better record head-to-head than Hyderabad when we look overall. It's 8 wins for Chennai and 3 for Hyderabad. And when they're playing at home, Hyderabad have not won on the home turf of Chennai. So this is how it looks at the moment with Ajit, Agarkar and Shaun Tait here in the studio to look at this match. And I guess, Ajit, it's not often that we're saying that Chennai Super Kings are trying to avoid a third consecutive defeat.
Yeah, not often, I think. And those numbers certainly show that, how good they've been at their venue. And that must be, those numbers must be against most teams in the IPL. So, yeah, they'd want to avoid that. MS Dhoni single-handedly almost pulled them to a victory in the previous game, fell short by 1 run. So you expect them to bounce back. You expect them to play better in Chennai. The conditions suit their style of bowling as well. Might play another spinner in their ranks. So, look, they're still top and they know that another win should get them in the playoffs.
And as for Hyderabad, of course, they're getting some good momentum going, Shaun. How much would they fancy their chances in this one?
I mean, they'd be confident. They are starting to play some really good, well, they're playing really good cricket. Certainly one of the top tier sides at the moment, but this is probably the biggest challenge in IPL cricket, possibly, going down there to Chennai and taking them on at their home ground. So this is probably a good timing challenge for Hyderabad to see where they really are at. But a big game, yeah.
Yeah, well, for Chennai Super Kings, they've got 7 wins and 3 losses, sitting at the top of the table. And this is Ajit's playing 11, and Harbhajan Singh, who hasn't featured in recent matches. You see him coming in.
Yeah, I mean, they've tend to pick him in Chennai, where the pitch does help spin. And we've seen MS Dhoni is pretty consistent with the way he goes about things, doesn't try too many fancy things. Harbhajan's had a really good time this year in the IPL, especially in Chennai. So with guys like Warner and Bairstow against, you expect him to again try and play him, get those breakthroughs. He got Chris Gayle out earlier on in this tournament at Chennai, got Virat Kohli out as well. So yeah, it's going to be that's the challenge. I mean, Chennai know if they can get those top 2 guys out, they'll be in control of that game. So not too many changes to that formidable 11 that Chennai have.
Well, last time out, a 9-wicket victory for Sunrisers Hyderabad. They defeated Kolkata Knight Riders. So, Shaun, how do you see their lineup for this trip to Chennai?
I've gone with the same team, but I mean, you can talk about a few changes they could make. I mean, on this sort of wicket, Mohammad Nabi would be probably handy as well, but then you're probably going to have to take Kane Williamson out of that, which I think could be a bad move, considering you want him to be in there getting some runs towards the end of the tournament.
And leading.
And he's a captain. So I think that's going to be hard to do, even though Nabi would probably suit this ground. But yeah, they're playing good cricket, so you don't want to make too many changes right now.
I think Johnny Bairstow's last match, isn't it?
Yeah, possibly. So that's going to be really interesting to see how they go after he leaves. Him and obviously Warner at the top have been formidable.
Yeah, I mean, last time out for Chennai Super Kings, such an exciting performance with MS Dhoni's heroic effort. But when we look at what they need to tweak, Ajit, what would you say?
Chennai?
Yeah.
Nothing really.
Oh, great,
I think their batting, the top order needs to come good. I think Shane Watson's seems to have fallen off a little bit. Faf has got some form behind him, but Raina and Rayudu, who've been big players for them in the past, need to get some consistency. And this is the time where your big players need to stand up towards the latter part of the tournament. They are going to be in the playoffs unless something dramatic happens, which I don't expect with Chennai. Those 2 guys, especially Rayudu and Raina, need to get some runs for them. And Kedar Jadhav, of course, but Rayudu and Raina, they've been big players for them. I think they need to get some form back and some consistency, which will take the pressure off Dhoni.
Well, the opening batsmen for Sunrisers Hyderabad have been great, Shaun. But what about elsewhere? Where do they need to improve?
Yeah, I mean, we've spoken about it just about every time they play. Their middle order. Just trying to get some more out of those guys. Someone like a Shankar again. Talked about him getting some runs. And then all the way down through that middle to late order. The fact is they haven't needed to a lot of the times because of their openers. You throw Kane Williams. That's why Williamson's important as well, because if the middle order aren't in great form, and you throw him in as well, making runs, and then that sort of covers that. So that middle order.
So you mentioned Harbhajan Singh, your former teammate, and the fact that he does play a lot when they're playing in Chennai. But how effective is he now? I mean, he just seems to be so good, and keeping the run rates down and also getting wickets.
Yeah, I mean, experience is what he's got in abundance, apart from quality, obviously. And the conditions do suit spin bowling in Chennai. The grounds, the dimensions are bigger as well, so helps the spinner when the batsman doesn't or has a miss hit. There's at least a chance of getting caught on the big ground. But he's bowled well. He's bowled. He's been brave enough to bowl guys like Chris Gale. You've got to get them out, and he's been good enough to do that in this tournament. And like I said before, what Chennai need to do is ideally get both Bairstow and Warner, but definitely one of them. And Warner being a left-hander, Harbhajan Singh could be a big player for Chennai.
And a super spinner on the other side as well with Rashid Khan, who's been criticised for not taking as many wickets as he has in previous, as he did last season. But that's a pretty tough criticism looking at that economy rate.
Always got to criticise something, I suppose, but he's going pretty well, isn't he?
Very well.
The economy rate is the best part of his game, and then wickets usually come from that. So they're going to come. I think he took 2 for last game, or anyway, recently. So he's fine. He's still they're probably arguably their best player. He's certainly the leader of their bowling, even though some of the other guys, Boovy's starting to bowl well as well. But he's just such a key factor. And then we haven't seen much needed to see much this tournament, but he can come in as well and slog the ball and hit sixes too. So he's just a very handy player.
All right, prediction time. And I guess, if Chennai are going to win this game, do they want to bat first or bowl first here?
They tend to chase, I guess, unless, it's a pitch like the one we saw in the first game of this tournament, which I don't expect it to be. It's sometimes difficult to set a target, so they'll chase. And it's difficult to go past Chennai. I mean, for me, Chennai is slight favourite in spite of Hyderabad being in the form that they are. At home, Chennai is a very difficult team to beat.
And Tait, do you think the effect of going so close in the last match and then losing in the last ball, is that going to have any kind of impact on this game and kind of the way they're feeling?
No, only if they should have won that game. But really, I couldn't believe they got that close. So it's almost, I wouldn't say it's almost a win, but for Dhoni to bat like that, and then for them to get so close when they
24, he scored off the last over, right?
And when they probably shouldn't have got that close, it just goes to show that they're playing well and they can almost win from any position.
And you expect them to win, right?
I'll be with Chennai, yeah.
Okay, thank you very much to Shaun Tait and Ajit Agarkar. It's the 41st match of the IPL 2019 between Chennai and Hyderabad on Tuesday.
Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and leave your comments in the comment section below. Click on the bell icon for notifications.